And a tough story here at 5. A family's frustration out of Corona after learning the driver who hit and killed their son is eligible for parole. Good evening once again, everybody. I'm Michael Brownlee.
And I'm Colleen Williams. This is Benjamin Montalvo. He was killed more than 5 years ago while riding his bike with friends. The woman who was sent to prison for his death was texting and driving. NBC4's Christian Cázares spoke with that man's parents. He's live right now in Corona with their reaction to this potential early release. Christian?
That's right, Colleen and Michael. We're still trying to figure out the information as to what led up to Noemi Velardo's 9-year sentence to be reduced to about 2.5 years. Now, that was what was indicated in the notice from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, which stated that about the person convicted in the death of Benjamin Montalvo back in 2020, who was killed along this road.
It's his room, and it's pretty much the same way except for all the photographs.
It's been 5 years since Benjamin Montalvo was struck and killed in Corona. Today, his parents giving us a tour of his bedroom, a sacred place, they say. But now they're learning that person behind the wheel the day of his death will soon be released from prison.
Takes us right back to the time of trial. It feels like a gut punch.
The Montalvos sharing this notice from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, stating that Noemi Velardo will be released next month after only serving more than 2 of her 9-year sentence for vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence and a felony hit and run.
So there's some system there that failed us for sure.
On the CDCR website, 28-year-old Noemi Velardo is listed at the Department of Corrections in Corona. And it also states incarcerated persons may earn credits for participating in rehabilitative programming, which may move their parole eligible date to an earlier date. It's unclear at this time if that's what caused Velardo's early release.
You know, I just threw everything out there. You've forgotten. There's also hit and run, which was a mandatory 5 years. So what's happened with that? I just keep thinking there's a clerical error, and I still have a very thin thread of hope that there's been some kind of mistake or error with their calculations, but that thread of hope is becoming thinner and thinner.
Velardo was convicted for the death of Montalvo in a hit and run back in June of 2020, while his parents say he was riding his bike near Centennial High School.
I don't know if there's ever going to be such a thing as closure, but there can be moments of peace and memory of, we don't get to make any new memories.
And we did reach out to the CDCR about this case, but we did not hear back, although we did get a link to this case on their website. But meantime, the Montalvos, they have started a foundation called Safe Inland Empire, which they say they plan to continue to advocate, even though Velardo is released from prison, which is what was stated in that notice, next month. We're live in Corona. Christian Cázares, NBC4 News.
Christian, thank you.